this, what's today? On this Thursday. Getting myself lost on the week. Just gotta move this around. All right. You already know we decided to hop on, chop it up with individuals, see what's the talk of the town is going down the word on the curve. You heard me? Alrighty, move this over here. Here in Southern California, it's a warm day. Looking for my charger, but can't find it. Where the hell did I put this damn shit at? It should last. My power should last. Just moving this over here now. But what's good with everybody? Hope everybody's having a lovely Thursday. What's good, Death Row? What's cracking like it, my boy? Excuse me. Now, for those who are interested, I did drop a new video on this channel, right? Discussing the bombshell that Elon Musk has just dropped, well, according to him, right? Which is not even such a bombshell, right? So if you want to scope that out, you guys scope that out. Whoopsie. You know why they call police cops? Nah, I don't, my boy. I know, I never even bothered to think about that. Why are they called cops? Actually, I don't know. Cops. Maybe it must be short for something. I don't know. I never gave it no thought to that. That's actually a pretty good question. And it's mostly a term that you hear just here in America. My love bug is definitely up in the building. Love you, baby. Maybe it's short for something. It probably stands for crippling our people successfully. What up, bro? What's crazy like in Dashboard? What's good, my boy? Hola. Leo. Gracias. Suave. Oh. What's crazy like in Derek? I heard it was because after police riot in 1809, they gave the police copper badges and got shortened to cop as the years went by. Oh, okay. So kind of like in a slang term, right? Like, oh, here comes the cop, right? Like it's a slang, you know, because yeah, I can see that being a good, you know, valid reason. I don't know if that's the actual reason, right? But it does make sense, right? I could actually see it, you know, happening like that. Just getting ready for work. That's right, my boy. Okay, morning along surfing live channels. All right. That's cool. I feel you. Trying to see what's cracking. No es cierto, es guapo. Nah. If you were rich and your homies came home after doing a long bid, would you give him a huge stack of cash for keeping it solid, not snitching? Yeah, I'll definitely hook him up. You know, get him on his feet. Now, get him on his feet, right? So not, you know, supporting him, right? But I'll get him on his feet. Right after that, he's got to, you know, get his shit together on his own. You know, but I'll help him I'll help himself get started. You know, because I know how difficult it could be. Oh, you know what? And one of the questions you had asked yesterday that I didn't get to answer because my lunch break was over, when you had said, if three homies want to go do a crime, but one gets caught, and um, the rest get away. Don't the other ones have to take accountability for what they did? Because I said that everyone has to be take accountability, right? Um, but see, that's the thing in the world. It's like if you get caught, you already know that this is the way the game is. You get me? Like you have an understanding of how the game goes, right? So with that understanding, and you agreeing with it, that's the reason why you're still indulging in the behaviors, why you even get in and go with them. And so everybody has an understanding of what could potentially happen, and all of that, right? So it comes with the understanding. You get what I'm saying? Because like if you get caught, one ni modos, right? You gotta hold it down. Just the game is doggy dog. Just the way it is. Okay, let's see. Yeah, it was wild. Did you know that gangs had fire departments and the era of the city? Oh yeah, no, yeah, it was definitely hectic in the NYC. You know what I mean? And their gangs, have are old too. They've been around since like the 40s as well, right? So their neighborhoods have been around for a long, 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 long time, right? And they have gone through almost everything as like it happened here in Los Angeles, right? With the discrimination, the segregation, the mistreatment, the riots, the police brutality, the corruption. Like they had to deal with all of that, right? From Puerto Ricans to Dominicans to Hispanic. You get what I'm saying? So yeah, it was definitely cracking in the NYC. The New York could definitely relate to Los Angeles equally, right? And so could Chicago, you know, and Texas. It seems like those areas could like have a good idea just as well as California and Los Angeles area, right? When people be like, nah, these individuals couldn't hang. Like it goes down in Los Angeles. Like, bro, what the fuck? Have you learned your history? Like, man, this shit was going down in these other areas too, bro. And, like crazy too. Shit, at one point even passing the murder rate that we were having over here. So that in itself should tell you all kinds of shit was going down. They fought a lot trying to put out fires because the city. Yeah, you know what? As a matter of fact, um, in certain areas, right? I forgot the area where it was at, right? But it was an area, right, where the Hispanics have mostly Mexicans had migrated to, right? I forgot which state it was, and they were getting mistreated, obviously, by the whites, the Americans, right? And so they were getting harassed and whatever. So gangs started and blah 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 blah, right? And then at one point the city would stop going and picking up the trash from these neighborhoods where the Hispanics lived in, right? So the trash people wouldn't come and collect the trash, right? So the gang members took it upon themselves to go and actually pick up the trash and all of that. They became like the trash men, whatever. um right? They started doing it for their community. Like I said, that may be like, oh damn, that's pretty cool or that's pretty dope. Like I said, what gangs were then and what they are now is two completely different things, right? So don't get it twisted. Right? These gangs are not doing no type of shit like that, right? No more. But like I said, it's because when there's a problem that's bigger than what's the streets, right? It's like people tend to kind of put differences aside and to fight the bigger problem, right? Yeah, that makes sense because civilians, well, only one person taking all the blame, while the others get away isn't logical. But yeah, yeah, like I said, it doesn't make any sense. It's scandalous. It's fucked up. Yeah, yeah. But that's the way it is. Like the life, it wasn't made to make sense or for civilians to agree with it, right? Because if they would agree with it, then they wouldn't see it the way they see it, right? Hoto. Okay. Oh, I wanted to ask. Orale, all right. Don't do the crime if you go not do the time. Yeah, facts, facts. You know, like people want to be out there committing crime, but then they want to when they get caught, they want to blame other people. It's like nah, it's because they want to do the right thing now and everything. Like, uh-huh. And it just happened that it took them getting caught in order for them to, finally do the right thing, right? Ask yourself if they would have never got caught, would they step up and do the right thing? No, they wouldn't, right? So miss me with that bull jive. They're selfish, which is even worse. Imagine street gangs having their own air force, like having an air force they can take our rebels from the air, like yeah, but see, gangs wouldn't be able to establish themselves like that, right? There's too many egos and too many there's too many people with negative behaviors in order for it to become ever structured as well as that, right? As good as that, let's just say. Because you have a lot of people with egos, power tripping, drugs are involved as well, right? So that creates paranoia, uh, you know, um, friction, right? You can't have people thinking. You can't have people, that are rational and thinking straight, right? If they're all doped out or drunk, right? So, um, you just can't win with negative behaviors in general, right? That's why all people who do have negative behaviors always their stories always end up the same. Yeah, they can become and achieve great things, right? But the stories always end the same, though. You know, their empire always comes crashing down. You know, it's not will it, but a matter of when, because it will eventually happen. It just takes time. I Shadow, I'm talking about the 19th century. Oh, okay, all right, all right. You're talking about way, way back then. All right, all right. Damn, that's crazy. Shit, I bet. Yeah, New York's got some crazy ass history. Your head was. Hey, same with the Asian gangs in San Francisco and the. Oh yeah, I feel you. Shit, some of them are still around nowadays. Those are crazy. What's cracking like Mr. Pasa Stephanie up in the casa for the raza? Viva America. Um, eso sí, carnal. Bro, your head. I got a different highlight. Oh, did you? That's good, my boy. That's right. That's right. Finally worked out. People snitch. Even the old gangs tripping. Better to be solo. Yeah, it is always better to be solo. I always tell people it's even more crazier when you have individuals who take civilians with them, right? A girl or their friends who are not in the street gang, in the street world, right? And then they commit a crime in front of them, right? And then expect them to don't say nothing, right? Or get mad if they do say something. And it's like, don't be mad at them because they said something. Be mad at yourself for taking somebody that's not from the gang to go and bust a jale, bro. They don't live by those codes. They don't live by those rules. Why should they follow your rules? If they wanted to follow your rules or live by your rules, they would join the gang. Obviously, they didn't join the gang because they weren't down with that and they're not about that life. So how do you expect them to uphold the same standards and rules that you uphold when these individuals have no connection and no tie and no, you know what I mean? Be mad at yourself for fucking up for taking somebody when you know that you shouldn't. Right? That's your fault. That's your mistake. You can be mad at anybody. Look in that mirror. You fucked up. Should have listened to the homies when they told your ass don't take people that are not from the hood. But no, did you listen? Nah. Now you want these people and you're calling these people snitches. How are they snitches? What gang do they belong to? Can't be a snitch if you ain't, part of the fucking illegal activity, goofball. Like, no, yeah, people could be snitches. Like, no, they can't, bro. It's within the law-abiding citizen to be able to call a cop whenever they see a crime happening. You know, it wouldn't make sense calling them snitches. That doesn't make any sense. Snitches, if they agree to be in the mix, they agree to the illegal activity, they're a part of the illegal activity, they get caught, then they tell. That's snitching. So how can a civilian be a snitch? Goofball. Sad what rappers have made. Sad how rappers have turned the word and just, everybody uses it so loosely. Sounding all goofy, like, what? Like, snitch? Why? Where are they from? What gang are they from? Or who do they associate themselves with? Oh, well, they're not gang members. Yeah, but you said they were snitches, though. Oh, yeah, so. Like, what? Like, bro, don't be using words if you don't know what they mean. Not where I wanted to be at, but it's something. Hey, something is better than nothing. And like I said, you just stick to this job while you keep looking. You keep looking till something better comes along the way, right? Nobody's saying you have to stay there forever, but at least, you're getting paid while you keep looking. You feel me? And who knows, you might even end up liking it at the end, right? But at least it's something. So, just think of it like a, stepping stone. Um, I do Uber, but it. Órale, all right. Could you play the song Take It on the Run? Well, I'm not that kind of YouTuber. I don't know how to do all that, play music while I'm on the live. I don't know how to, I'm still a rookie. I don't know how to work all of that like that. I mean, I do see I have all kinds of options right here. I just don't know how to use them. I'm talking about the one affiliated, the PC. The ones affiliated, they PC. Well, not all of them PC, but yeah, you never know. How do you feel about those who are gang members but they decide to flip and when want to change their lives around? I think it's selfish, but it's also for someone to learn from. What do you mean flip and switch their lives around? Like, don't get me wrong, there's individuals that right off into the sunset, right? But they never flipped, right? They just got older and did their family thing, and they never flipped or told, or you know what I mean? They just grew up, which is perfectly cool. They still from time to time come around, barbecue. Hey, what's up, homie? They never flipped, right? And they're no longer like gang banging in the criminal activities, right? And people respect those homies, like they because they've been there, done that already, right? So it's like, like it's good. The homie's now doing his thing, and he's living life as you should. Compared to an individual who told because that nonetheless, however you want to slice it, it's a selfish act, right? Because you guys all agreed to indulge in the behavior, right? But now you want to blame others, right? And give others more time just to save your own ass for something that you decided to do because you wanted to do it, because you were willingly a participant and you thought it was all cool and fun and living it up, right? But now you want to play the victim. Now you're the victim. Now you were forced. Now you were because this and this and that. When back then you were laughing, you were pumped, you were going, along, telling the homies, "Gay, pass the strap." You was all gravy. But now, nah, I never really wanted to do it. Nah, they were dumb. You know what I mean? It's like, nah. You know what I mean? Like I said, there's individuals that change their life the right way, right? Like they're just like, they find religion or they just, grow up. You know what I mean? But they never told on nobody or they never, you know what I'm saying? Just rode off into the sunset. It's respectable. No one says you have to die right here in the fucking gutter. You get what I mean? But at the same time, no one's saying that you gotta fucking blame everybody else for your decisions. You know? Could you just play in your car? Like, what do you mean? While I'm on the live? How would I even do that? I wouldn't even know how to do that. Is Avada Pine still around? Yes, it is. Small, but nonetheless, you just play the song in your car too. But how do I play that specific song though? Leave respectful. Yeah. Yeah, like, uh, but I don't. But don't you think it's logical for someone views to change by 100 reason for some full-fledged gangbangers to anti-gang activists? Oh, you mean while they're locked up? But see, that's the thing. No, of course, your views are going to change. But see, the thing is that when you get in, everyone is aware of this. Though everyone's aware that you're eventually going to get old. That you know, but people still decide to do the things that they do. Right? People still uh, dismiss all of that, or don't care for that. Right? But then now all of a sudden, they want to use that. Right? When it's like, well, you knew that. But like I said, bro, um, these individuals that put themselves in these predicaments, why they end up, going to the other side. And like I said, to the other side, I'm not one that comes in here and says that, just because somebody PC up or they're saying why that they're bitches or that they're fucking pussies. Nobody's saying none of that, right? It just means that they're no good, meaning that their decision, their choice to do that is seen as a weak move, but not to say that the individual himself is weak, right? Because these individuals have participated and were indulging and have even put in work, right? So not to say that they're fucking lame, you know what I mean? But meaning as their decision overall is not a respectable decision, right? But not to say that they're fucking cowards or pussies like that, right? But just their decision, um, because like I said, in there they don't see them as like weaklings or whatever. No, they still view them as a threat, right? And so they they're alert when they're around, right? Because they know what they can still do. Um, anybody that says otherwise is stupid, is lying, and is trying too hard, right? But in all true reality, those who live, you understand how it goes, right? Um, but like so these individuals put themselves in those situations, right? They want to be the hot shots. They want their names ringing bells. They want their names to be relevant. They want their names to hold weight and status, right? So they volunteer themselves. They want to be the ones that are doing all of this, right? So then the seat gets too high, or they don't want to play no more, right? And it's like, no, 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 no. You wanted your name to be like this. You wanted to be Mr. Big Shot. You wanted to be Mr. The One, right? So now you got to deal with that now, right? That's why they tell you in the beginning, bro. But nah, you wanted to be Mr. Big Shot, and now all of a sudden, but like I said, they put themselves in those situations though, bro. Because there's other individuals that do their time and come out just fine, bro. Right? But it's these individuals that want to be relevant. They want their names to be the ones. Well, there you go. There's your prize. Oh, you don't want it no more? What happened? You know what I'm saying? It wasn't. Shit. Respectfully. Yeah, I agree with you. Subscribe, bro. Have a good night. Hey, gracias, my boy. Have you heard about the rapper YFN? Do you like his music? Nah, I never heard of him. Nah, I never heard of his music. He's good or what? Lexi, since you asked me questions about the music, right? Who do you say right now is the best rapper in your opinion? In your opinion, who do you think is the best rapper right now in your opinion? Bro, you definitely eat corn the long way. Nah, that was actually funny. That was creative. Hey, I give you props, bro. You're actually pretty funny. That was good. That was good. That was good. See, that's respectable. See, that's funny. See, that's creative. Not like other people that come in that, oh, you're gay. Like, what? Like, fucking lazy ass trolls. Even trolls are lazy now. Like, that's it, bro. Like, fuck, at least come with something creative, my guy. Like, shit, fools don't even want to think, not even a troll no more? Fucking, what is this world coming to? Shout out Death Row. Whoa, whoa. Shout out to Death Row. Oh, what's good, Mr. Brooks? What's cracking lacking? Go check out Mr. Brooks' channel. Homie. He's an Atlanta rapper. Like, his music, it's relatable. In my opinion, I would be Little Baby. I know you don't like him, his beat, but his flow. I know. I feel you. I feel you. Obviously, we're gonna have different taste in music, right? You know. Top five. Give me your top five right now. Top five. Top five. Top five. Your top five in rap. Wait, Lil Baby. I get them confused. I don't know if it's Lil Baby or the Baby. I think it's the Baby, the one I can't stand. Or is it the same person? Or are they the same person? Is there a the Baby? The Baby? He raps with some guy named Stunt for Vegas or some shit like that. Who's another goofball. I hate how people find gay and jokes funny. Yeah. Well, actually, that one was pretty good. I ain't gonna lie. That corn one was pretty funny. That one came out of nowhere. Nothing much, man. Got to move careful out here. I feel you, bro. No, they are two different people. Oh, okay. Talking about the Baby. I think it's the Baby, the one I don't like. His beats is like. I fucking hate those beats. Sound like a circus. I think it is the Baby that I'm probably the one that I'm not a fan of. I fucking hate his beats though. They're like these loud horns. It's like this loud thump. Like there's no tremble to it. It's just like a loud bass, but no tremble. It's like, why are there beats like that? It's like the worst type of beats that there is. It's like those flat, it's just like a loud bass. Like, it's like, what the fuck kind of shit is this? Like, beats are supposed to tremble and rattle. Hear them a block away. But these, they just sound like it's just loud, though. It's like there's no tremble to it. It's just like a loud burn. Even with a good system, bro, it's like burn. Kid Frost. I used to like Kid Frost until, had an experience with him that wasn't all that great. Bro was kind of a douchebag, I ain't gonna lie. The Baby from he's still in the street. All right. So he's no longer relevant. Ever since his chain was fake. That's fucked up. He bought a fake chain. All kinds of feria. Just to be fake. Like, damn, but... Because, like, these fools are not experts. They don't know if the jewelry is actually real or not, right? And just because you buy it from a jeweler doesn't mean that it's actually real, right? They could be selling you some fake shit, too. It's how the game works, right? Until they actually take it to an actual professional specialist, right? And then they realize, oh, hell no. I mean, because these individuals are not going to really know, right? I mean, they're from the streets, bro. What the fuck are they going to know about real diamonds and... seen so many videos where they use the diamond detector, the device, and they don't even ring. And it's like, damn, bro. Like it happens. I get it. But that's crazy because everybody would think like everybody, was seeing it and they're like, oh, that shit's legit because they don't know any better either, right? They don't know if it's shit's real or not, right? They're not professionals either, right? So shit, for all you know, people could be having fake jewelry all over the place, right? And nobody even fucking knows the difference if it's real or not real, unless you go to an actual professional, right? So to be able to fool people nowadays, bro, is so easy, right? And so many people fall for the lies and the bullshit that people create for themselves, and it's sad, right? It's really sad that people have to go to this great length of creating this delusion just to feel better about their situation in life, right? Or where they're at in life, right? They have to create a lie to feel happy and comfortable about their overall situation in life. It's pretty sad, bro. Like, it's better to be honest and true with yourself, bro. Because all that shit ain't really that important, bro. Like, look, all these people fell for it. Right? So that already tells you. Like, people ain't really knowing what's happening. Little baby, little Dirk. 36 were the Mexican rappers. So the cartel got them. Damn. Don Cisco was chingon. Yes, he was. You look like you could use a new pair of chorizos. Nah. Nice try, though. Bro, what you said about Plaza having over subs, is it true? My primo has. Yeah, I'm telling you, there is channels, right? Like, there's this other Mexican guy that I follow, right? He lives here in America, obviously, right? But he covers movies, like movies, like he does movie reviews and movie breakdowns, right? And he's Plaza, Well, he speaks English and Spanish, right? Spanglish, English, you know what I mean? And he has like fucking like fuck, yeah, like 380,000, you know what I mean? And it's like, well, he's Raza, you get me? And it's like there's people that have reached that and way past that mark, right? But these people live in their own bubbles, like the first Raza individual to do it, like, like get out of your own bubble, bro. And it's like you're a hater. Like, how am I hating, bro? There's actual fucking proof, bro, of so many people that are Raza that have passed the 100,000 mark, bro. All kinds of channels. Like get out of your own fucking bubble, bro. Explore the world for once. It's like they're stuck in this little delusion that they built for themselves. Like, hey, there's a world outside of your fucking ego, bro. Explore it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, my lunch break is over. We got to get back to it. It was good chopping it up with you guys, and we out.